Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. The Warriors are reportedly targeting LeBron James and or Jimmy Butler. Who do you feel is a better fit? LeBron?
I mean, yeah, LeBron. I think
you need somebody to handle the ball.
Right.
Take so much pressure. Did you see how well he and Steph Curry played together in the Olympics? Huh?
Take the pressure off of Steph?
Of handling, they don't really have a point guard.
Right.
So now LeBron can handle the ball.
Right.
Now Steph is freed up to do what Steph does. Right. You see how well they played in the Olympics? Mm-hmm. You see when they've been on the All-Star teams together? Right. Now, All-Star is not as indicative because ain't nobody playing no defense. Yeah. But you saw him in a contested situation at the Olympics. And you see how easily Steph was getting shots off because LeBron can see over the entire court. Mm-hmm. He can skip past it. He can pass from one side to the other. He loved that hammer pass from one baseline to the other. So, and he can score. That's the problem that they have. They don't have enough scores.
Yeah. I mean, do you think that's even a possibility? Obviously, listen.
I don't think LeBron
where there's smoke, there's fire. It has to come from somewhere. It has to.
Well, we heard last year that the Warriors made an attempt, and Rich Paul shot it. Rich Paul basically talked LeBron out of if you believe what the reports are saying. Right. I just don't see a situation where LeBron wants to move.
Right. Okay.
And at this point in time, and this is what I always tell people: tell me if LeBron goes somewhere, it's going to change somebody's perception of LeBron. If you like LeBron, you believe LeBron is the best player of all time, that's what you're going to believe. Right. If you believe Jordan is the best player of all time, no matter what LeBron does, he can get another title, he can get another MVP. Right. So it's not going to change anything. Now, if he wants to go try to chase one, okay, fine. That's his right. I mean, he's about to be 40 in about 2.5 weeks. But I don't believe it changed. I don't think it moves anyone's needles. Now, if that's what he wants, 5 would really look good on my resume. Right. And if I can get 5 finals MVP, first of all, nobody has 4. I have the second most behind Jordan. But for me, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me other than, him playing meaningful basketball, because unless they make a significant trade with the Lakers, I don't see them challenging. They're doing much in the West.
So let's just say hypothetically speaking,
yeah,
they do get LeBron. So are they a favorite to win? Not only coming out the West, but to beat the Celtics? 7 games.
I don't know if they'll be favored to win, but I think they'll be. Now all of a sudden you got 2 guys that can go score.
Yeah.
With LeBron and Steph, but I don't even know if that's enough.
Damn.
Because you got when you look at the Celtics, you got JB, you got JT, Porzingis has been in and out, hadn't played much this year. Derek White can score, Holiday can score. Yeah. You got Big Al, he can get hot, but normally he's gonna give you 10 points and 10 rebounds. Where's the other scoring? You're gonna have to give up something. Right. You're probably gonna have to lose Kuminga.
Lose him?
Huh?
What you mean lose him?
You got to package him. They're just not going to give you LeBron for free. You're going to have to match the salary somehow.
Damn.
That's how it works in the NBA. You got to match salaries.
Yeah. So
you taking on a guy that makes $50 million a year, you got to send out $50 million in salary.
Right.
So
it ain't gonna happen. That ain't.
No, I definitely don't see LeBron going. Look, he came to the Lakers for a reason. He had accomplished all he could accomplish in Cleveland. He wanted to start his second half to start his branding, and he won a championship. Got a team to the finals. They won that in the bubble, and he became the all-time leading scorer in a Lakers uniform. And he's played extremely, extremely well for the Lakers. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but it doesn't need to make a whole lot of sense to me. It only needs to make a whole lot of sense to him. Right. And if it makes sense to him, then he'll probably do it.
Most definitely.
Oh, hating ass Stephen A. talking about LeBron doesn't deserve to play with Steph. I saw him today too.
Yeah.
He's on his way. I think he's on his way to LA. But Man, Stephen A. be hating on LeBron, talking about he don't deserve. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you've earned. Yeah. When you play 22 years and you're the greatest player in NBA history, you've earned the right to call a shot.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I've done all I could for the Lakers. I think the Lakers have to be pleased considering where they were before LeBron got there.
Where they are now.
They were laughing. They were a proud franchise, but they were laughing stock.
Right.
They weren't going anywhere. They were not going to have any more national televised games. And now LeBron comes there, and every arena they go to, they're sold out. It brought the buzz back to Laker Nation. So go ahead.
I don't see a situation where he leaves, such a good situation. No disrespect to the Warriors, but I mean, you talk about the legacy of the Lakers. Do you really leave that just to go chase a ring, as opposed to finish what you started in your career right there?
I mean, you're hoping that they can make a trade and get somebody. But I think the thing is the Lakers are like twofold. Okay, LeBron, let's just say for the sake of argument, you got a year, 2 years left. This year and next year, that's probably it. That'll be 22, 23 season.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, we keep giving up those picks and we give up this young talent because I think anything that gets packaged that gets shipped out is going to have to include Austin Reeves.
Right, okay.
Now, I think they don't particularly care if D'Lo is included. They kind of want to move on from D'Lo. You're probably going to have to put Rui in that package also. But what are we going to get? What are you getting back in return? That's the question. Right. Even swap ain't no swindle. Now, it's not like you trading superstars because it's hard to get equal value back for superstars.
Right.
That's why there are only a handful of those circulating in the NBA. But you don't want the role players all of a sudden go somewhere else and become that. But they're not going to be able to become what they could somewhere else because you have AD and LeBron.
Right.
So they're never going to be anything more than the third or fourth option at the Lakers with LeBron and AD on the squad.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think the Lakers need to understand that, Austin Reeves plays great, but he's only going to be so much with LeBron and AD on the court.
Right.
That's why Brandon Ingram had to leave. And you saw Brandon Ingram become an all-star. But he couldn't come back with AD and LeBron. Right. Come on, bro. It is what it is. I mean, it happens.
Yeah. I kind of understand it now. Why can't you fit in and do what you're doing, in New Orleans with the Lakers, but you don't touch the ball enough.
No. Mm-mm.
Don't touch the
It takes a special type of somebody to play in that because everybody wants to be their best self.
Right.
And unfortunately, when you play with other dominant superstar players, they're going to get the ball, they're going to get the lion's share of the shot. And so you have to make the most of the opportunities that you do have. Right. Now, they're going to get somewhere between 18 and 22 shots a night. So what can you do with the limited amount of shots that you get?
Right.
Now, if you get hot, obviously they're going to feed the hot man.
Yeah, always.
But the ball originally is going through your big guns first. So no, I don't see it. Jimmy, it seems to me Jimmy wants an extension. Pat Riley's not too keen on that. Right. Jimmy doesn't play a lot of the games, and it doesn't seem to take the regular season serious enough for Pat. Pat. Every game is life or death.
Right.
He wants you there. Pat doesn't have a problem paying, but you ain't getting no free money out of Pat Riley. Right. Pat Riley. The Godfather, you need to get your ass out there on that court. I'm gonna pay you. I pay for play.
Not playoff play, huh?
LeBron hasn't given any indication to the Lakers about requesting a trade. Bronny would likely have to be included in any deal involving LeBron.
I like it. Listen, it's interesting. It would make for the NBA. We talk about viewership. Hell, it's gonna spike. It's gonna spike if that happens. I guarantee you that. It's not. I'm assuming the Warriors game's already sold out. I mean, what more can happen if LeBron was to go there, as opposed to everybody, especially Vegas.
They're winning.
That too, and the odds changing in Vegas. For them to win that goddamn chip.
Yeah. I mean, you got to look. They got a building. That building costs a couple of $1 billion, right. And the tickets are expensive. And The thing people like, they like winning. I'm not paying $5, $10, $15, $20,000 to see your ass lose. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
I don't love you that much.
How much?
I don't love you that much.
How much?
Huh? But boy, those tickets in the Bay, they ain't in Oakland. Those tickets in San Francisco.
Wait, tickets cost $15,000, $20,000?
Yeah. Bro, I just read today that in order to you need to make $120,000, you need to make $320,000 to even qualify for a loan for a home in the Bay.
Man,
make $320 to even fill out some paperwork and say, okay, hey, we'll take a look at it.
Man, I'm still stuck on a ticket to go watch a sporting event costing $15,000, $20,000. Now I'm still stuck on that part.
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably thinking those courtside seats there. They probably go anywhere from like 5 to like 15.
Oh hell, man! What the fuck, man? What's wrong? What's wrong with my people,
bro? How the hell you think you pay for a $2 billion arena paying $30, charging $30 a ticket? Where the hell you from? Who's your math teacher? Why you think they keep raising the prices for NFL games? Oh, you think they're going to pay players $60, $70 million and you still get $15 tickets?
Listen, correct me if I'm wrong. I think NFL tickets are still feasible for the fans not the casual fan. I'm talking about for the true fan who's been indebted to their teams year in and year out, whether they losing or winning. If I could be wrong, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, where you sitting at? Yeah, if you sitting way up there, yeah, they feasible. They probably $300, $150, $200.
Hey, I'm talking about. Listen, compared to 10, 15, 20,000. Yes, that's a great price.
But Ocho, how many? Let me ask you a question. Unless you run up in the stands, can you shake one of those players' hands unless they come there? Because you do realize courtside, you can actually talk to the player.
Yeah.
Can you do that in an NFL game?
No.
Exactly. No. You pay for access.
Yeah, but
just like sitting behind home plate.
Wait, home plate costs a lot of money too?
What? That's the prime seat. Hell yeah.
Hey, boy, listen, you learn something new. You learn something new, man.
Ocho, the Rockets are headed to Las Vegas, still alive for the semifinals of the Emirates Cup as they storm back and beat the Golden State Warriors. This is the first time they've beaten the Warriors since the pandemic. 2020, the Warriors had been 15-0 against Rockets, but hey, Rockets Day, we weren't on those teams. We're here now as they storm back from as many as 7 down to win 91-90 on a very controversial call late in the ball game, or tie up. A lot of players were calling timeout. Even the coach called timeout. Yeah. But Bill Kennedy, who's the head official, overruled them all and said, hey, Kuminga had fouled Jalen Green. Green goes to the line, calmly sinks 2 free throws, and that was the margin of victory, 91-90, as they head to Las Vegas to play. I think they played OKC, right? Yeah, they play OKC in the semifinals. And then Milwaukee, we're going to talk about this game a little later. The Hawks also beat the Knicks.
Hey.
The Hawks beat the Knicks.
Yeah. Hey.
Yes.
Hey, the goddamn Warriors, man. Them boys got championships. I mean, they too experienced, late in games, even making these kind of mental errors, man. They've been in these situations before. Maybe just a lapse in judgment, at the end of games. I mean, what's the issue? Do you think maybe they're not taking it serious?
Oh, they're taking it serious. I think the thing is that Gary Payton II, in that situation, just hold on to the ball, get tied up.
Yeah.
I mean, you throw it because, first of all, you're throwing it, you're shoveling the ball out, and, you don't know what's going to happen. Like I said, I don't know if I'm calling a foul in that situation, Ocho.
Right.
I see a bunch of guys in red calling timeout. Mm-hmm. The coaches are also calling a timeout. And for him to overrule because the other officials had given him a timeout. Right. But because Bill Kennedy is the head official, they're going to look to him. And he says, hey, I got a foul. Pulled him over his shoulder. Now, I didn't see that.
Right.
I didn't see that egregious of a call, and definitely in that spot. Now, hey, go back. You can make a call. A foul is a foul no matter what time of the game that it occurs in.
Right.
But it's hard for, in a situation like that, Ocho, it seems like it was a tie-up. It's at worst case scenario, it's a tie-up. Best case scenario, the Houston Rockets got the best case scenario. Right. They got a foul call, and the guy went to the line and made both free throws. But that's a very, very tough spot to be in. That's a very tough way to lose a ball game when you had seized control of the ball game late in the ball game, had made a lot of plays right. But give the Rockets some credit, Ocho, because they did a great job. There were a lot of times they got 24-second shot clock violations because they did an outstanding job of defense. They were switching everything. They got nothing easy. They contested everything. So let's not just make it about that last call, although a lot of people want to make it about the last call. I thought the Rockets defense, say the last 2 minutes of the ball game, maybe 2.5 minutes, was sensational.
Yeah. And the Rockets is a very, very young team. Very young team. They play very well in transition. Obviously, like you did say before, something that most of the NBA doesn't play. Them boys play defense tonight. They definitely played defense when they needed to.
Yeah, and it just seemed like they wanted more though, huh? That's why I said, damn, are the Warriors really taking it serious, being that, it's just the NBA Cup, and their eyes and their mindset and they goals are set on, obviously NBA championship.
Yeah.
It just looked like
I think you're this close.
Wanted it more.
You're this close to the cup. I mean, hey, you're in the knockout round now. You played hard. You fought hard to get here. So I think everybody's taking it serious. You see the Milwaukee. They said, look, we're not just here now. We just don't want to go to Vegas. We want to win the thing. Right. We see the Hawks, the way they played. They go into New York. They were down, and then they storm back in the second half and completely dominate the game. I think once you get this close, it's something new.
Right.
That they instituted, try to keep the audience, try to get more viewers in. But I think because it's an opportunity, you're gonna get 500 each. A participant gets $500,000, and you're the Emirates Cup. Hey, I don't have a problem with it, and I think those guys played hard. But it was a sloppy game.
Yeah.
I mean, the Warriors shot 44% from the floor. The Rockets shot 46% from the floor. The Warriors shot 32% from the three. The Rockets shot 22% from the three.
Right.
Neither team really got to the free throw line a lot. That's to be expected. The Warriors, because they don't really have an inside presence, they shoot a lot of threes. Yeah. Even though they were 12 or 38 tonight. The Rockets was 6 of 27. The Warriors was 4 of 9 from the free throw line, which is 44%. The Rockets were 9 of 10, which is 90%. But like I said, it was a sloppy game. Didn't have a whole lot of flow to it. I mean, think about it. It was 91-90 was the final score. And routinely, we're used to seeing scores in the hundreds.
Right.
So, yeah, it was not a well-played game. The court was really hard on the eyes. I hate the red court.
You don't like it?
And I get the NBA. No, hell no. Hell, you can barely find the basketball. And I get what the NBA is trying to do, like some creativity, but red, I mean, come on, man. All red.
Yeah.
It's kind of like watching the Boise State football, game in that blue field. I think it's Eastern Washington. They have red turf.
Red turf, yeah.
I'm like, nah.
Yeah, I like it. It was different. It was different. Seeing something different outside of the hardwood. The color coordination to go with the teams based on where you playing at. I like it. I like it. A little something different.
Yeah.
You old school, man. You just
Nah, I mean, look, some of them I can get down with. Look, the grown folks watching the game. They ain't no kids,
right? And
I get you trying to pique interest, but I mean that was a bit too much. I mean, man, I was like, damn, I'm about to get vertigo watching this game. Man, let me get up and go get me some water or something.
Right.
Hopefully, nothing interesting happens while I'm gone. But yeah, that was a bit much. I mean, look, I get the Lakers and the Warriors and Indiana. They got yellow courts and things like that. Some teams predominantly blue, but all red. I mean, the only thing that was gold on there was the basketball, the trophy.
Right.
That was a bit much for me. But look, the Rockets won this ball game because I thought they played really well, really great defense the last 2.5 minutes of the ball game. They switched everything. They got like 3 shot clock violations, and they forced them in some very difficult shots. When they were able to get a shot off, they were very difficult shots, clanging off the backboard. they did a great job of not letting Steph Curry see daylight. Now, he did get one look. He missed it. But for the most part, I thought they did a very good job on Steph. Steph was 8 of 17, 3 of 9 from the three. Buddy Hield was 6 of 12, 3 of 9 from the three. Gary Payton II was 0 of 2. Kuminga, he got 20 shots up. He was 8 of 22 of 6 from the three. He was the same thing from the free throw line, 2 of 6. Draymond was 4 of 9, 0 of 2, no free throws. But for me, this was a really sloppy ball game. But the Rockets found a way to win it. And so you give these young guys credit because a lot of these guys haven't been in a situation like this, and this is maturity. This is a sign of growth that they're getting better. And Ime Udoka is rubbing off on him because his personality, he seems like a fiery guy that, hey, he'll no nonsense. Right. Hey, we here to get a job done. Let's get the job done, and then we can go on about our way. But give the Rockets credit. I mean, I know a lot of people's going to harp on that last call, Ocho, and I get it because I'm watching. I'm like, damn. 2-time. I mean, it seemed like all the Rockets players were calling timeout. Even the officials seemed like they were about to give them a timeout. And as I said, Bill Kennedy, who's the head official, he came in and said, nah, that's a foul. And that's a tough way to lose the game late in the ball game. 2 free throws with 3.1 seconds on the clock. And give the young fella credit, Jalen Green, because he went to the free throw line and he sank both of them. Steve Kerr called the loose ball foul that decided the game, 3.5 seconds left, unconscionable. Whistle and something an elementary school official wouldn't have called. I agree. Steve Kerr also said the Rockets NBA court, it felt like I was descending into the depths of hell. It was tough. It was tough. That red, all red is tough. And I'm not the biggest red fan.
Right.
I don't wear a whole lot of red. When we was growing up, my grandfather really wouldn't get us anything red because he said only monkeys wore red. So, nah, Barney didn't play that.
Listen, I enjoy red. I enjoy the color red, man. You know, it's probably the best color in the color spectrum. One that I enjoy. So I personally enjoy seeing the red on the court. It's time for something different. Obviously, I think the NBA is worried about why viewership is down. Maybe that's one way. And maybe they do want to get the kids and the young kids watching the games to boost that viewership up, you know, as opposed to
because it's lagging.
Yeah. So I mean, hell, dude, you got
it doesn't help that it doesn't help that a lot of times the best players, they're load managing, they're not playing. Yeah. That's not good. I mean, you're paying a lot of money for these games.
Right.
The NFL doesn't have that problem. Hell, they're trying to get guys out there on the court, on the field. If they're hurt, if you're dinged, if you can run just a little bit, they'll get you out there.
They want you out there.
Right. And that's why, especially the superstars, and that's what it is, Ocho. Hey, the 10th guy on the bench, he missed a game. Nobody cares. Right. It's the superstars. That's why they protect the quarterbacks. The quarterbacks, that's what people want to see. They want to see those guys. And you done got the guy knocked out for 2 or 3 weeks. Nah, the NFL ain't going for that. But that's something, because I love Adam Silver. I think he's really great at what he does. Right. He's going to have to find a way to make sure these guys play. They've tried to incentivize it. Like, look, you're going to lose out of a chance to win the MVP or Rookie of the Year or All NBA. You got to play 65 games. And guys are like, bro, that's the difference between a $300 million contract and $180 million, $200 million contract. Right. Now, we're not talking about $5 million that Juan Soto gave up. Got to go to the Mets. We're talking about $100 million, $150 million. That's a big difference.
Big difference.
And so, but congratulations, Houston Rockets, young team, found a way to scratch and claw their way to a victory as they take down the Golden State Warriors 91-90. In the first game of the night, the Hawks defeat the Knicks. Ice Trae. 3 years after knocking the Knicks out of the playoffs with a pair of wins in Madison Square Garden, Young had 22 points and 11 assists that lifted the Atlanta Hawks over the New York Knicks in the NBA Cup quarterfinals knockout round. The Hawks will face the Bucks in the semifinals. Trae Young did his Beaver in the Funk House, rolling his dice on the Knicks logo as time expired. Born in 54, died in 63. What's my point? Nina Ross, the gambling host. 9 it is.
Hey, but look, they really, honestly, I mean, we know what the outcome of the game was, but goddamn, Knicks was playing goddamn good in the first half, man. They was limited.
They were.
They was. I mean, I don't want to say Trae Young was struggling, but man, they limited his playmaking abilities. Hell, he averaged 12 assists, right?
Yeah.
But hell, at the half, he ain't had number 2 assists and 10 points going into the half. Goddamn, Karl-Anthony Towns out there playing both ends of the court. No, he playing well. Shit, I think he finished with a double-double.
Yeah, he had 19 and 19,
in the goddamn
points.
First half.
19 points, 19 rebounds. But the big gun, Jalen Brunson struggled.
Yeah.
He was 5 of 15 from the floor. He was 2 of 6 from the 3. OG Anunoby struggled, 5 of 17, 1 of 9 from the 3. Mikal Bridges shot the ball really well, except from the 3.
Yeah.
He was 9 of 17. And they didn't shoot the free throw. They were 60% from the free throw line, Ocho.
Yeah, that's bad.
If you don't get there a bunch, you definitely got to damn near be 100%.
Yeah.
So they was 9 of 15, that's 60%. But it's just a situation where the big guns didn't go off.
Right.
See, the thing that if you watch the Hawks, and, obviously I play attention to them a little bit because I'm, from Georgia and I like Trae Young.
Yeah.
But if you look at their bench is really good. Hunter comes off the bench and he could easily give you 30. He gave you 24 tonight. The other night against the Lakers, he gave you 26. Bogdanovich didn't have the big night tonight, but Double O, he gave you 12 off the bench and 11 rebounds. So they normally they could easily give you somewhere between 35 and 50 points with their bench production. Trae struggled a little bit. He had 22 points, but it took him 22 shots to get it. Jalen Johnson, it was 8 of 20, but he made some big shots down the stretch. He had 15 rebounds. Clint Capella is always on the glass. It seems like every year the Hawks want to get rid of him, but he gives them so many second chance opportunities to put points on the board. He was 11 and 13 tonight. He was +8. Jalen Johnson was +16. But they did a great job. You're right, Ocho. The second half, the Hawks dominated the second half. They got out on them in the third quarter, outscored them 34-18, and they really never looked back after that.
Hey, all it comes down to, obviously, the game of basketball is a game of runs, and the Knicks dominated, obviously, the first half, and that second half, they just couldn't hit nothing. They couldn't hit nothing. Nope. I'm not sure if it was the goddamn halftime adjustments that the goddamn Hawks made or the fact that the player just wasn't hitting their shots in the second half.
Well, it's as Doc Rivers once famously said, it's a make or miss league.
Yeah.
Either the ball goes in or it doesn't. And the thing is that you better hope it goes in sooner rather than later, because if your shots are not going in and the other team they're going to run away from you. And that's what we saw happen in the third quarter. They outscored them 34-18 because seemingly everything the Hawks put up went into the basket. Trae started getting young. He started penetrating, and now he's throwing lobs. Jalen Johnson, bam, dunk. Clint Capella, bam, dunk. Hunter,
back to back. Clint had 2 back to back.
And so that's what he done a great job. Like and that's why I was always impressed with him. I mean, when you lead the nation in score, and I know he's on the smallest side. He's a small guy, probably 5'11". I'm thinking, but when you lead the nation in scoring and rebounds, you can impact the game offensively. If you're not scoring, you can fill up the stat sheet with assists. Because we've seen him have a 30-20 game. We've seen him have 15, 16 assists. So there's another way that he can impact the game. And that's how he has to impact the game, because he's such a liability on the defensive end. He's smallish. He doesn't have quick feet. He doesn't have strong hands. So it's hard for him. And a lot of times people try to go at him. But what he has the advantage is his quickness in being able to score the basketball and get others involved. And he did a great job of that in the second half tonight of trying to get downhill and get his guys involved. And they did a great job of finishing. Jalen Johnson, Capella do a great job of finishing above the rim. And so the Hawks take on the Milwaukee Bucks in the semifinals in the Emirates Cup. But I was very impressed with the Hawks. I really were, especially considering how poorly they played in the first half.
Yeah, it was a good game. I enjoyed it. Listen, obviously, I'm a basketball fan to a certain extent, and I was hoping that the Knicks, you got Cat now, obviously Josh Hart, so I'm thinking Jalen Brunson and them boys, things were going to look different this year. I'm thinking things were going to look different. Maybe they're going to challenge in the East, but to come out
Look,
even though it's still early, come on now.
It's a 2-team race in the East. It's the Cavs and the Celtics. Now,
Whoa,
unless somebody do something
wait,
unforeseen.
Come on, man. So you just gonna leave the Heat out?
It's a 2-team. Bro, y'all try to get rid of Jimmy. Stop. Y'all know y'all ain't doing
but
nothing.
that's just the media. That's the media just.
Yeah, they said that about Belichick too, didn't they? It's just the media. It's just the media. Where's he at, Ocho? You just told me. Like when this stuff come out, the media got it from somewhere. That's what you told our chat.
Yeah. So you think they're gonna get rid of Jimmy? If they get rid of Jimmy, but what we gonna do?
They don't want to extend him.